Hey everyone, sorry about the wind, but I want to tell you about this turbo. So it looks like a new turbo, doesn't it? Anyway, customer supplied it. There's a bit of a story with it, but there's a bit of an oil leak, and it's a bit complicated because that's what happens when it's not genuine new parts. Just because we just don't have the issues with the genuine new parts. Now, there might not be an issue with the turbo. Ben's really confident that the turbo's good and they're all tested and all that sort of thing. So this one, it might be the customer's fault if we've got to blame someone. We haven't done anything wrong. Maybe Ben's done nothing wrong, I'd say. The way the turbo's been sitting, and not really customer's fault because he might not have known. But there's oil leaking out. There's a Torx bit, about 20 or something. And it's really hard to show you where it is, but up the front of the turbo up there. So if you look at it from the front, so if you look in from that way, so around this side, if you could see, if this rubber duct wasn't there and you looked in there, you'll see a little Torx bit. There's oil coming out around that. It's sort of right behind where my finger would be there, behind the other side of the actuator and that. Anyway, there's really clean oil leaking out there, and the engine oil of this vehicle is really clean, but I don't think it's that clean. So from the way it's been sitting for, because he didn't install the turbo for 18 months, we've just installed it, he got it about a year and a half ago. The way it's been sitting could be the cause of the problem. So it leaks out enough to, you can see it, you can smell it burning, dripping onto something hot, running onto something hot, burning smell, and a bit of smoke coming off. So that's how much is coming out. Ben says there could be 50 to 100 mil that's got in there if it was sitting that certain way. So what we're doing is, rather than pull the turbo off, it's already a time waster doing this, but we're going to drive it a fair bit, make sure there's no issues, and see if the oil stops. So I've just given it another good wash. So, came back, let it cool down, gave it a good wash, let it dry. It's bone dry clean now, as you can see. Where we're looking is right in the middle of the picture. See that alloy there? Next time I come back here, if it's doing what it's doing, I'm going to park it here, and there's going to be oil, hard to see, but running down that really clean alloy bit right at the end of my fingernail, right there. There's going to be, so just have a good look at it now, and let's drive it and see what happens 30 k's later. So we're at our destination, not back to base yet. I thought I'd check. And you can see for yourself, so that line running down the middle of the clean section, yeah, just a bit of oil running down. So really we need to clean it, or we need to park it, let it cool down, clean it again, drive it again. I can smell the oil burning. It's not smoking up. It's not as bad as it was at the start, but we've got to work out what the go is. All right, now we're back to base. Can you see it from there? Hit the like button for the camera work. Come on, hit that like button. As soon as the video starts, you know it's going to be a good one. And it's running down, you can see the yellowy colour. Oil leaking out the screw hole, straight down. And what you can see is a shadow on the right, so because of the gasket. That's if you're wondering, right in the middle now, there's a gasket protrudes out a little bit, and that's right where that, straight in from where that sticks out. It's right where that Torx bit is, which is you can't even get to it on the car really to check if it's tight or to put any sealant on it by taking it out, because that bit of gasket, the genuine gasket that sticks out, is in its way. So you'd have to bend the gasket, which probably be all right, but I don't like doing that. But anyway, let's wash it again after it cools down. This is going to be a combo video, checking the oil leak and also checking the thermostat. So I'm going to give you some more information for those that are watching the videos and know the recent discovery about some of the thermostats. Some don't idle quite right, but they're usually right. 99 at least out of 1,000, 999 out of 1,000 will be all good at idle. I can't put a number on the higher end though. Temperature gauge isn't going to tell you anything, it's just going to sit about there. You really need to look at the scan tool. Yeah, this one's a bit odd because I've been driving it a bit, checking for this oil leak, and you've got to have the scan tool plugged in like this. Coolant temp 88 degrees. We're sitting here idling. That is an odd temperature to be at idle. And I noticed it was on 85, 86. So at the bottom end of the scale, it's running a bit warmer than usual. And even at the top end of the scale, I've got to say, you got to take into account a lot of things. How the vehicle's loaded, wind resistance, tyre size, and this has got some massive tyres on it. We'll get out and have a look in a minute, but I just want to explain to you and show you how this one's idling at 88. And when I'm driving on the highway, when I let it go into, it's a 4-speed auto, when I let it go into overdrive, this easily goes up and sits around 91 is what I saw. Coolant temp 91, which is higher than ideal, but I don't think the top end of the scale, the thermostat opening all the way, is to blame. I think it's opening, but the engine's working so hard because of the bigger tyres, which is going to create much higher EGTs all the time. And this is a concern for engine longevity and avoiding cracked pistons. You can see it's back down to 87 now. So I'll show you the tyres in a minute, but when I'm driving this, I see 100 Ks, coolant temp 91. I'm going, oh, it's a bit high. Not 92, not 93, not high, 91. It's not too bad. But as soon as I go from normal driving there, as soon as I go back to third, that's 1-to-1 gearing on the 4-speed auto, it's in third. The temperature here immediately drops to 87, which tells me the thermostat isn't to blame. It's the overdrive and the engine's working so hard, and the bigger tyres are going to add to it. Let's take a quick look at those and a quick look at the oil leak. I've just done about probably 20 to 30 kilometres and see where it's at this stage. Here we are again for another look. I can see the oil. Can you see the oil? Middle of the picture. You can see that wet oil mark running down right in the middle of the picture. It's only very slight. It's still clean oil. So I think it's just what's in the turbo in the wrong place still coming out. We'll give it a run, another 20-30 Ks, give it a wash and see what we can find. We'll have to wrap it up because it's getting very time consuming. Massive 285/70 17s, well oversized. The other problem with those big tyres is this speedo's way out. You're going to get heaps of speeding fines if you're not careful. So I would not be driving this in overdrive at all with tyres like that. It's just loading up the engine too much. It's going to be using fuel. It's making everything work, putting too much load on everything. It's going to get you speeding fines. It's going to cook your engine. Thanks for watching. Let's have another look at this turbo once we return to base and wrap it up. I would not run that size tyre on any of these 4-cylinder engines, and if I did, I would not run it in overdrive. It'd be 1-to-1 only at all times. I wash it again. That's why there's a bit of water sitting here, but you can see down there it's all nice and clean and dry. I've done about 100 Ks in this thing. I'm going to have to wrap it up soon. So one more quick drive to see if it leaks any oil. We'll wrap it up and then we'll leave it with the customer to see if it stops, and have a follow-up video, or take it back to Ben at ProCharge, let him have a look and see if he can work out what's going on if it doesn't stop, and let you know what the solution was. Okay, a short drive, about 1K. Now the oil's starting to get some colour to it. It's a bit dirtier looking than normal. So I've got a feeling that screw's not sealed up properly, and this could be ongoing, but we'll have to run it and see, give it back to the customer. Once again, to reiterate, genuine parts, this isn't going to happen. That's what we normally use. This was supplied by the customer. We were reluctant to install, very clear about if it needs to come off, you pay again. If it needs to come off again, you pay again. $100 for a genuine gasket kit each time. Pay again, pay again. So can everyone learn a lesson maybe? If the place building the turbos doesn't do the installation, maybe it's not a good idea. If you want to do the old poor man pays twice thing, not too bad. You might be lucky most of the time. Not picking on any particular brand, just saying when people are rebuilding and repairing things, it might not work out brand new like a genuine one. Bada bing, bada boom. And remember, those oversized tires, they're gonna really give your engine a hard time, so you might want to reconsider that. A 2-on-1 video. I hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on, and there'll be another video later to let you know what the outcome of this was.